Beach. I'm one of the co-founders of American Truckers United, and my family has been in the trucking business in Arkansas for 43 years. I'm going to really quickly try to give you guys some facts and then also speak to the enforcement language that was in 1745. Some facts. The American Trucking Association advised our federal government that it was okay to give non-citizens what's called a non-domiciled CDL. And it's important to note that a non-domiciled CDL cannot even be used to board an airplane in our country. The Biden administration, with their open borders policy and under the advisement of the American Trucking Association, created the Biden Trucking Action Plan in 2021. And the results of that plan flooded hundreds of thousands of unvetted non-citizens into the long-haul trucking segment. The majority of these folks cannot read, speak, or understand English. And again, I would like to point out a non-domiciled CDL cannot be used to board an airplane in our country. The American Trucking Association and the Arkansas Trucking Association endorsed the Biden Trucking Action Plan. Since that plan has been put in place, there has been an effort by the American Trucking Association to pass bills in as many states as possible that allow for non-domiciled CDLs and even non-domiciled learner's permits, which was in the original draft of House Bill 1745. I want to talk about the enforcement language. The employment authorization document, which I realize they just amended the bill. Most, if not all, of these folks that possess non-domiciled CDLs already have that document. So requiring that does nothing to help.
I apologize, Mr. Beach, your time is up, but okay. I think there will be some questions from the committee.
I'm against 1745 because it does nothing to fix our problems on our roadways.
Okay, what on House Bill 1745 are you against, Mr. Beach, or your association?
The lack of taking drivers off of our roads that cannot read and understand our road signs and our temporary warning signs. There's been a drastic increase in fatality and injury accidents caused by big trucks, and we believe this is one of the root causes for it, sir.
Okay. Questions? No. Senator Rice?
And what you're saying is what it looks like in this bill is requiring some documentation that's not required now, makes it look like they're doing something but they're really not. Is that what
the most recent amendment, they took out the employment authorization document.
Is your microphone on?
I'm sorry, I'm back away from it.
Yes.
The most recent amendment, I believe they removed the employment authorization document language because that's the very document that has been given to asylum seekers that they use to go get the non-domiciled CDL. So all of these people on our roads in big trucks that can't read and understand our road signs and temporary warning signs, they already have that document, sir.
Okay, well, I would agree with you. I don't come into contact with that many, but I've come into contact with ones that can't understand English good enough to have a conversation that's delivered to me, and I've seen some of the things on the road. So, Mr. Chair, I hope the sponsors can answer some of the concerns of this, because I don't want to do harm that's already being done.
Other questions from committee? Again, let me be sure I understand, Mr. Beach. You're against the bill.
Yes, sir.
Not because of anything that's in it, but because of what's not in it. And if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong.
No, this bill has been put out in opposition to HB 1569 that we are trying to get passed. I would also like to point out that we have been told from high-level law enforcement officials in our own state that our state and local law enforcement folks out there on the street, they have no way to tell if a Mexican CDL is real or not. That's quote unquote. So how are we going to force fake Mexican CDLs if our folks out there doing the job have no way of telling if it's real or not?
There is a competing bill.
HB 1569, we've been trying to get it before committee in the House for a while, but we keep getting stalled.
At this point, I'm wondering if that's going to happen. But it's in transportation in the House?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any other questions from committee? All right, thank you, Mr. Beach.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Next.